The 805 Focus is brought to you in part by NonProfitKinect. NonProfitKinect provides superior leadership tools and resources so nonprofit leaders and board members can make valuable decisions to move their organization forward to a sustainable and vibrant future. More information on services online at nonprofitkinect.org.
Welcome to 805 Focus. I'm Dr. Cynder Sinclair with NonProfitKinect, and we will be bringing you the latest on your favorite nonprofits, so get ready to be inspired. Our special guest today is Angelique Davis, and Angelique is with the Santa Barbara Courthouse Legacy Foundation. Welcome, Angelique.
Thank you, Cynder. Happy to be here.
Oh, so glad that you're here. You folks are doing such important work, and I am eager to hear all about it.
Great. I can't wait to tell you.
Yeah. So tell us what you're up to these days.
Well, so the Courthouse Legacy Foundation is a nonprofit organization that was started in 2004 by a group of concerned citizens.
Oh.
They noticed that the beautiful, stunning, magnificent Santa Barbara Courthouse was having some issues, right? Some things were deteriorating. It looks indestructible, but in reality, it is deteriorating from age, from the environment, and from use. So what they did is they set out to create a nonprofit that would raise money and fix some of the things that were wrong with the courthouse. So that's what we do. And some people think that the county is in charge of everything courthouse related, which they are, but they really focus on the maintenance of the courthouse. Whereas the Courthouse Legacy Foundation, we drive, and our role is really to fund bigger projects for the restoration, the repair, the conservation that is really benefiting a National Historic Landmark like the courthouse.
So the courthouse is a National Historic Landmark.
Indeed.
I think some people might not know that.
Yes, it was designated in 2005.
Oh.
Yep. It's definitely, it requires federally mandated standards for restoration, so the expertise is really important when it comes to fixing things.
So that happened the year after the foundation started.
Yep. Yeah, the county architect, Robert Uli, actually spearheaded that project, so got that done. And we've been a National Historic Landmark ever since. We also have other historic landmark designations, state and other things as well.
Wow,
Yeah.
Sounds like Santa Barbara owes you folks a debt of gratitude for making our courthouse so beautiful.
Well, it really takes a village, right? We really seek funding from all over, so we've had some very generous donors over the years, and we've been able to accomplish some really important projects.
Okay, tell me about some of those projects.
Well, you know the Spirit of the Ocean fountain, the fountain that's right outside the front. So that deteriorated in such a bad way that it needed to be replaced.
Oh gosh.
So the Courthouse Legacy Foundation raised the money to do that. All 100% authentically, even went to the same quarry from the sandstone from the original sculpture. So we did that. I actually have a picture of the mural room. Have you been to the Santa Barbara mural room?
I have the beautiful mural room.
The stunning, incredible mural room was damaged in 2010 from a fire. There was an electrical fire, and when they went in to repair that damage, they realized that a lot was messed up with the murals.
Oh gosh.
And the beautiful ceiling had never been lit. So I think there's a picture that is probably on the screen right now where we raised almost $600,000 in 2015. And can't wait for the courthouse to be reopened to go look at that beautiful room. But yeah, so that was another really important major project that the courthouse did.
So yeah, sadly the courthouse has been closed for a while because of COVID.
It has been closed, but the outside is still as beautiful as ever, and which brings me to the Great Arch. So that was probably the most recent project we completed. Some people don't realize this, but many decades ago, some very well-meaning people put a coating on the arch.
Oh.
And we think it was to preserve it, but it was actually deteriorating it from the inside.
Golly.
So that was phase one of our Great Arch project. We raised almost $200,000. It was about $175,000 for Evergreen Architectural Arts to come in and remove that.
Oh.
Dry ice, micro air ablation, just painstaking work. So I have before and after that too.
Oh,
so,
good. Oh, good. Yeah.
And if you haven't been by, you will be amazed at how clean it is, how beautiful it is. I don't think anybody really realizes that there used to be that white coating, but now when you see it, it's just pristine and beautiful.
So we encourage people to go by it and look specifically at that arch.
Take a picture, take many pictures.
Yeah.
That's what, I was just there yesterday and there was a wedding, and I hear that there's like daily weddings at the courthouse, even sometimes more than one a day. So everybody wants to take their picture at the arch, the Great Arch.
Boy, what wonderful projects you've been doing that benefits everybody, our whole community.
Yeah, well, we want to keep it as pristine and beautiful as we possibly can so that generations to come can enjoy it. It was built in 1929, so.
I was going to ask you that, 1929. Ooh.
Yep, and it all came about because of the 1925 earthquake, similar to a lot of things in Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
We were, I don't want to say we were fortunate to have an earthquake, but in some ways, the beautification of Santa Barbara really got kicked off from that. And that was the impetus for the new courthouse and how that all got built out. So it only took 3 years.
Oh. So how do you decide, I don't know, what project to do next?
That's a really good question. So we actually have a 5-year plan.
Oh, okay.
And we have a memorandum of understanding with the county. Okay. So we work in collaboration with the county to determine what our next projects are. So it's a rolling 5-year MOU, and we always know what we're planning. We want to now finish phase 2 of our Great Arch project because there's still mortar joints are failing. The ornamental sculptures that are at the top of the arch, they have some serious damage. I actually have some pictures of that too.
Okay.
They're not pleasant to see, and not everybody gets to go all the way up the top of the arch.
Yeah.
But yeah, so some of that is really needing some attention. So we're raising money for that right now. So that's
I was just going to say that has to cost a lot of money to do all these things.
It's an enormous amount of money, especially to do it to the standards that are required, right? You need to hire the right experts. You need to have studies done. Right. You want to make sure that you're not, you know, you can't just go in there with a toothbrush and start cleaning. You got to like know what process that you need, and it has to be certain standards. So we need to raise about $430,000 for phase 2. So it's a big chunk of money, but we know we can do it, and so many people love the courthouse. We really hope that the community jumps in and helps out.
Well, and you're a 501c3 nonprofit.
Oh, yeah.
People can go on your website and they can make a financial donation.
Absolutely. Yeah, we take credit cards, PayPal, checks, change. We'll take it all.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'll bet a lot of people watching this will want to do that very thing.
I hope so. You know, we need big gifts, but we also need small. It would be so wonderful to say that everyone in the community participated in helping, right? No gift is too small.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. I mean, you want to be known as, hey, I helped the courthouse. I helped fix that crack, or I've helped fix that issue. And, you know, after phase 2 is done, after the 430 is raised, we have our sights set on the Figueroa side of the building, because that side of the building, if you go over there, take a look at the balconies. They need work. The windows. I mean, it would be such a tragedy to lose that historic wood around the windows of the courthouse. And just, you know, it's just a shame when you really look at it. There are some things that need to be addressed sooner than later, because similar to like the fountain, we had to replace it. Costs more.
Yeah. Oh, so, right.
Yeah.
So better to do it, like you say, sooner than later.
Yep. That's what we'd like.
So, you know, people in Santa Barbara drive by the courthouse. Oh, isn't that beautiful? All right. Where do you want to go now, honey? And So maybe you would encourage people to go park your car and get out and walk around and really look at the courthouse and appreciate it. Notice what areas you could maybe see with your naked eye that's deteriorating, and know that the foundation is on it. And not only that, you can be a part of that by donating.
Absolutely. Yep. Perfect. Thank you for saying that. That's actually exactly what we need. And according to TripAdvisor, the courthouse is the #1 attraction in Santa Barbara.
Oh, gosh.
It surpasses everything else. So people do go to the courthouse. It's, a destination, and people take their picture, people get married there.
Yeah.
Everybody has a story. They went to Fiesta and sat in the sunken gardens to watch Noches de Ronda.
Yeah.
They went, they were in the Thriller,
Oh, right,
dance,
right.
They watched a movie with their kids in the sunken garden. I mean, there's so many stories of people really enjoying this community treasure, and we just need help making sure it stays beautiful. So we do encourage that. The other thing you mentioned about going to the courthouse, there is a kind of a sister organization. They're called this Courthouse Docent Council.
Oh,
And they're the ones that run tours when the courthouse is open.
Yeah.
What they've done is they've created a virtual tour.
Oh.
So I would recommend anyone who's interested in that to download their virtual tour. They have like a QR code. You can go on their website, and it's also on the phone. And it is amazing what you can learn. They have from the sculptures to the plants. We've got 67 different varietals of different plants in the garden. I mean, so many things you can see and do at the courthouse still.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be a fun thing to do.
Oh, it's super fun. I've done it. It's amazing. Learn so much. It's really good.
So back to phase 2. So tell me, how would you describe phase 2?
So phase 2 is really honing in on cracks, mortar joints, like I mentioned, the ornamental features that are starting to deteriorate. It's not as a wow factor as, say, the mural room was, but it's so needed, right? We don't want to continue to lose the integrity of the building, and we do want it to look amazing for your pictures. So we need to fix some of those things that are important. We need to install a drip system so that it doesn't continue to erode. So if we just put a really thin little, I can't remember the name of it, but it's a barrier so that when it does rain, it's almost like a mini gutter. So we're going to install that. We're going to fix the sculptures that we saw a picture of, where you actually see the stonework deteriorating. We just have some really important work to do. We've got it line itemed out, so we have a phase 2, 3, 4. So I shouldn't say that phase 2 was $430,000. There's actually 4 phases to the whole thing. So we are cutting it in bite-sized chunks, like we did the 175, and then I think it's the next one is 135, and then we got another 50. It kind of is going in phases, but if we can get all of those phases done, then we can move on to the balconies and the windows. And it's going to continue to look amazing, and we're going to continue our good work.
And the Figueroa side as well. You said you're
that's going to come
on that.
Yep, that's going to come later. Right now, we're really focused on the arch. So there's also some cleaning that needs to be done on the sunken garden side. So I'm sure you're going to go now, right?
Yes,
Everybody should go.
Okay.
Everybody should go and look at the arch and be like, oh, look how clean it is. And then you go around the corner and you go to the sunken garden, you're like, oh, they probably should have cleaned that.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we need some more money. We need more money to clean it.
So I'll go to the website and make a donation. How about that?
I would love that. And really, we appreciate it. We appreciate it. I know this giving season, we had a lot of very generous donors, which we're so grateful for.
I'm so glad to hear that.
And we have ongoing, really strong relationships. Althwaite has been wonderfully generous to us. And, there's a lot of local grantors that have been involved and continue in, the community as well. So we're really thankful for all our donors. And hopefully we get even more.
Yeah. How long have you been involved with the project, with the foundation?
Started on the board about 5 years ago. 2017, I got involved.
Okay, so how many folks are on your board?
We have just under 10 right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're definitely a working board. We all have our own little part to play, and we are very focused right now on the fundraising. But we do have experts in managing the projects as well. So we have project managers, but ultimately we hire out the really big important work. We have to, because it's critical that it's done to those standards that I mentioned before.
You know, as I'm thinking about all the visitors coming to Santa Barbara, many of them specifically to see the courthouse or have their picture taken or get married or all that stuff, is there any way to capture the interest of those visitors so that they would want to contribute?
That's a great idea. We've been brainstorming on that for a while. Like, we're like, why aren't the people who are getting married giving a little something to the Courthouse Legacy Foundation? I don't think they know. Which is why I'm so grateful for your show and hopefully the awareness that this is going to bring, because I think we have been a little quiet and we're going to start hear us roar kind of thing.
Good, I like that.
But yeah, we're going to try really hard to get the word out. A lot of people don't know. I've heard many times that they just think the courthouse is managed by the county and that's it. But the county takes care of maintenance, right?
So maybe organizations like the Chamber, the Visit Santa Barbara, the downtown, or maybe those folks can help get the word out to visitors.
Yeah, let's call them.
Yeah.
I was in a meeting yesterday with one of our board members, Rodney Baker, and he and I were brainstorming, like, why don't we get flags on State Street? So
that's a good idea.
I know. So it's, we've got some really great ideas. We host wonderful parties. So hopeful that we can have a party this year, but we'll see.
Well, have it outside.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. Have it in the Sunken Gardens.
Why not? That'd be perfect.
We can invite more people.
Yeah.
So
and more people would feel comfortable coming.
Yes, and if anybody does want to get on our mailing list, maybe they're not quite ready to give, even if they, whatever they want to give. But if they just want to join our mailing list, they can do that on our website as well.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and so we'll send out newsletters and we'll inform people of things that are coming.
So they can go on your website, they can make a financial donation, they can get on the mailing list, they can probably see some of these photos that you showed today. Are they, do any of those? Okay.
Absolutely. We have Facebook, we have Instagram as well.
Oh, good.
So we have information on our website. It has information about our past projects. We even have posted the reports that we have gotten, the analysis of the damage that currently exists. So if people are interested, we want to be an open book. We want people to know what's going on with our courthouse and see how they can get involved.
I bet there's a lot of people that'd be interested in seeing that report.
Yeah, it's super interesting. Yeah. That and the actual, I love reading the report on how we became a National Historic Monument. That is a really cool report, and that's on our website too.
Gosh.
Or at least a link to the report on the government site.
Well, Angelique, thank you so much for all the work that you're doing and for the vision that you have and for being on our show today to tell everybody about it.
Well, thank you for having me. I love talking about it, as you can tell. So if anybody wants to get in touch, I'll take them to lunch.
Oh, right. Hey, you
have
heard
coffee.
It here. Oh, right.
We can get people involved. Yeah, so it would be, it's a pleasure to meet people and to get them excited about the courthouse. And I don't know anybody who doesn't love our courthouse.
Yes, good point.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us on 805 Focus, and we'll see you next time.